The average person spends more than a month a year scrolling social media. A month! This video is about how to take that time back using 5 skills you can learn in your spare time that give you something real in return. One of them can even turn those spare hours into income. That one's at the end, so stick around. First, let me be clear, this isn't a video about how phones are evil. Social media keeps us close to people who live far away. It can teach us plenty of useful stuff, and sometimes we just want to relax and laugh at something silly for 10 minutes. The problem starts when it stops being your choice. You meant to spend 10 minutes, but 2 hours pass and you're still watching. But don't blame yourself. That's a habit built into you on purpose by companies that profit when you do this. So how do apps steal your attention? It's no accident. A few tricks do most of the work. One is pull to refresh. Tristan Harris, a former Google designer, studied slot machines and used the same principle.
So it's insane. And why is that? Because it's very simple. You just pull a lever and sometimes you get a reward, and sometimes you don't. And the more random it is, and the more variable it is, the more addictive it becomes.
Then there's the endless scroll. In 2006, an engineer named Asa Raskin invented the endless scroll, the feed with no bottom. He later said he was sorry he didn't think harder about how it would be used.
I was blind to how it was going to get picked up and used not for people, but against people.
With no finish line, there's no moment to stop, so you keep scrolling. And it's spreading past the apps. This year, HBO Max, famous for being the home of slow, serious television, started testing an endless short video feed, cutting shows into vertical clips. They almost certainly didn't want to, but viewers tend to skip a long show unless something short hooks them first. This is a result of people being exposed to short-form content. That's how much we've changed. So let's picture where this goes. In 30 or 40 years, the app feed could become so perfect at holding our attention that we could turn into those sci-fi phone-numbed zombies with zero attention span, wanting whatever we're being shown. And is there a way out? There is, and it's simpler than you may think. A few ordinary skills, each one rebuilding something the feed has worn away. What apps hurt most is our patience and attention span, and the fix is simple: reading books. A book is the opposite of scrolling the feed. It ends, it never refreshes, and it doesn't fight to keep you. So instead of drifting away every few seconds, you stay with one idea or plot from start to finish. That's a skill a lot of people struggle with nowadays. Reading brings it back. Over time, you'll notice you can focus more on one thing for longer. You can grasp more difficult ideas and concepts, make stronger points in conversation, and you become a better speaker. These are skills that are hard to replace, and they help everywhere, in life and in business. And it's no coincidence, respected experts across every field have one thing in common: they're all avid readers. So, to cut it short, a library card is the cheapest way to become more focused. Reading fills your head with other people's ideas, but writing turns some of them into your own. I'm not talking about novels, just the habit of putting your thoughts into plain words, a few lines about what you're working on or what's got you stuck. So, what makes note-taking so useful? First, it takes the mess of thoughts in your head and puts them in order. Second, you start to notice patterns you missed before. It's one of the best ways to come up with new and interesting ideas. And you can make money from it too. Take Erin Odom, an ordinary stay-at-home mom who started a blog sharing how she raised her kids. Publishers took notice, and today she's the author of 5 full books that sell well on Amazon, and she earns a living as a coach. The third skill is meditation. I know some people think of meditation as some kind of fancy but useless new age stuff, but forget the spiritual side for a second because you don't need any of it. Stripped down, meditation is just training your attention. You learn to notice when your mind has wandered and to bring it back on purpose. Here's how simple it is. Just sit on the floor for a few minutes, close your eyes, focus on your breathing, and free your mind of any thoughts. Make it a regular habit, once a day, and you'll soon notice that it becomes easier to stop scrolling mindlessly. And that control helps everywhere. You stay calmer under pressure, you keep a clear head when others lose theirs, and you can focus while everyone around you is distracted. In most jobs, being able to focus when you choose to is a real advantage. So far, we've worked on the mind, but none of it holds up without a healthy body, and that's the fourth skill. It matters because most of that lost month is spent slumped on a couch, barely moving. And the less you move, the easier it is to keep scrolling. Your body wasn't built for that. Regular movement sends more blood and oxygen to your brain. It lifts your mood, it helps you sleep, and it clears your head. That's why a short walk often helps to solve a problem you're stuck on. When you move, you think and work better, and every other skill here runs on that energy. The good news is, you don't need much. A few minutes stretching in the morning, getting up to move during the day, an easy walk, or a light jog is enough. Remember, you don't have to become a pro athlete. Forget the extreme routines the feed tries to sell you. You want a body and mind that work well for years, not a six-pack. And here's the last skill. May look odd, but right now it's the easiest skill you can master that turns your free time into money. I'm talking about learning AI tools. Start playing with AI. Ask it to plan a trip or handle a boring task you've been putting off for months. Once you know your way around, you can make things people pay for, like templates or guides. Take a real example. A creator named Thomas Frank started making simple Notion templates in his spare time and put one up for sale. It grew into a business, and one template reportedly brought in around $15,000 a month. Okay, but how do you compete with other people since anyone can type a prompt into an AI? To make something people will pay for, you need the things the first four skills build: reading and writing, so you can tell a good result from a weak one and shape it into something clear; a steady mind and body, so you can sit with a project for long enough to finish it well. If you find this interesting, we made a video on how to start a digital product business. It's worth a watch when you're ready to go further. And if you want an easier way in, that's part of why a platform like Sellvia exists. It gives you the products and the store, so your energy goes into the part you're learning instead of building everything from scratch. So it comes down to two options. Either a month a year keeps vanishing, or you spend some of those hours on 5 skills that stay useful for life. Reading, writing, a steady mind, a healthy body, and the AI skills that can pay you back. None of them need talent to start, and the first 4 are what make the last one pay off. You don't have to do all 5. Pick one and start this week with an hour you would have spent scrolling. You won't notice much tomorrow, but a few months of it adds up to more than you'd think. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.